Welcome back, gang. So now that we have the post set up and we have a commenting system in place, I want to today work on getting these likes and dislikes for the comments to work. Okay, and then we'll start setting up to do all of this on the profile page. Okay, so we can go ahead and jump into our code editor, and we'll open up another terminal. And how we're going to do this is we're going to create another controller, and we're going to use that controller to handle our functions for the likes. Okay, so this one we're just going to call PHP artisan make controller user for the folder, and then we'll call it comment like controller, and then we'll make it resourceful. Okay, so now we can go ahead and create a route for it. So we'll open up routes web.php, and we can just copy this one, copy, paste, and then we can just change this to change that one, that one, that one, to comment like, and then we need to change this controller to comment like controller, and then we of course need to import it. So for now we're just gonna comment the delete out for now, and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is head into the comment model, and we want to add that relationship to the model. Let's see, we can grab it from posts because it's here. Okay, so copy, and we'll just add it to the bottom of this right here. And then we can head over to the comment controller, the new comment like controller, and make sure to get rid of that dot that I put somewhere. There it is. Okay, then go to our comment controller, and then we'll head down to the store method. Now, if you saw the video where we set up the likable trait, let's go and take a look. Likable trait. We have all these functions in here, and we've set it up so that any model that we put in here is just a generic query where there's a user ID, which means we can go ahead and also use it for the comment likes. Okay, so let's go ahead and set this up. We need to add the model in here because we are doing route model binding. Okay, and we need the variable, and then we can also add it up here. So this will be app models comment and the variable. And we're just going to have a simple function of auth user like, because that's coming from the likable, and then we'll just insert the comment here. So let's go ahead and just add this to the component. So we're going to look for comment item. That's the one we did in the previous video. So we'll open this up, and we open up the second div, and in here we already have these like and dislike that's already being displayed. We've hard coded it. So in the previous video we created components for these. Okay, so we can just grab those and bring them in. Okay, so they were in post item. Scroll up, and they're in here. And these are the two that we have. So we'll copy. And then we can paste them in here. And then the item is going to be the comment. Okay, the props that it's coming from the props that we put in there. So we need to change this to comment. Comment. And we also need to import these components now. So we'll start with the first one. And it'll be import like from @components /post comment /likes /dislike. Okay, and we'll then just copy and paste this one, and we'll add dislike to it. Dislike. What did I do here? Dislike, and this should be like. Okay, so now we need a component section. So components, if I can spell it correctly. Okay, so it'll be dislike and like. And let me move this one up. So for now, I'm just gonna comment this one out because we don't have the route for it uncommented yet. Okay, and then the other thing we need to do is now add the functions. So the first one in our data section will return like form this inertia form, and we're going to need the comment, and it'll be this dot comment. Okay, and then we can grab this one, copy, paste it, and then we'll just change this to dislike. Dislike. Okay, and then we'll work on the method section. And the first method that we're going to have will be submit like. Open that up. And then it'll be this like form dot post this route and it'll be comment like dot store this comment ID comma curly braces, and then preserve scroll is true, and on success anonymous function, and we'll leave it at that. So now that that's finished compiling, let's go ahead and try it and see what we get. So we'll refresh, and we no longer have a number. So let's go check and see what the error is. We'll open up the inspect tools. So if we go to our view, we'll find out why in here. We'll go to Inertia, Dashboard, Pages Layout. Open that up. combined posts, post item, combined comments, the comment item. We're not actually getting any information about the likes. So just like we did with the posts, we're gonna have to eager load them in. Okay, so we can just go ahead and grab it from the post model. Okay, so post. And how we did that was to get the liked attribute and the disliked attribute. Okay, so we'll just copy and paste this because this is just the same. So copy, and then we'll head into the comment model, and then we can just do the same. Paste. Okay, so let's see if that changed anything. We'll go ahead and refresh. Close that. Okay, and now we see a 0. So good, we're getting it. Okay, so let's go ahead and click like and see if that changes. And so now we get this sort of pop up, and that's because we didn't return anything in the controller. So comment controller, and we can just do return here. Okay, we'll go ahead and refresh again, and then we should see the comment. Also, we'll refresh the database. We'll go to likes, and as you can see, we have a new like, so it's 1 like, and then the likable type, which is the model, is now comment. So in our database, we have a post like, or a post dislike, and a post comment, comment like. So now in our browser, we have the like displaying here. So let's go on and finish the dislike since it's already pretty much done. Okay, let's go back to the web route. Open that up. And then we can uncomment this. Then we can go back to the comment controller. We'll go down to the delete method or the destroy method. And then we'll bring this up. And we add in our comment. Bring in the model. And then we'll add app models comment comment. Okay, so then we can return auth user, and now the function is dislike comment. Okay, so let's make sure everything is saved. Okay, and then we'll go back to we can close the web route because we're done in there. We can open up the comment item, and then we need to add first let's uncomment it from here. And then we'll go down. We have our form in here already, and then we can just copy this and just adjust it. So copy, paste, and then we'll change this to dislike. So dislike, and this will be dislike form. This will be delete. Comment like destroy, and we should be good. So let's go ahead and try this out. So refresh. Great, so now we have our dislike here as well. So let's try and click it and see what happens. Okay, it changed. You can go back, click like. and it changed back. Fantastic. So now we can head back into the text editor now that all our likes, dislikes, and our posting function is set in order. Let's go ahead and close all of these out, and then we'll close these out, and then we'll head over to the profile controller and see what it is that we need to bring in. Okay, so profile controller, and we already have all of these showing up for us. So the is friends with, is friend request sent to. So now we need to start adding the posts. What we're going to do here is create a variable. Okay, and this variable, we're going to call it posts. And then we're going to say that it's equal to post where we're going to put some conditions in here. So the parent ID, that's the first one we want to look for, is the user ID. Okay, so this is where, let's say a friend of ours writes a post on our page, then, and since we are the parent ID, this will now be displayed on our profile. Okay, so that's the first condition. Now the next one is or where user ID equals user ID. So where the user ID is our ID. Now you want to make sure not to put authenticated user, because what that would do is just send anytime someone comes to your profile page, since they're logged in, their information will pop up on your page, and you don't want to do that. So you want to make sure that you specify that the user ID is the parent ID, the user ID is the user underscore ID. Okay, so now we can check if the parent ID is null. So now this is just our post, a post that we made where there's no parent ID because it's our post. Okay, that's what that one is saying. So now we can also grab the latest, and we can also paginate. Now we don't really need to extract this one into a scope, since this is the only place where we're using this one. So we can just leave it like that for now. And then we need to create it as a prop in our render. So posts equals posts. And now we can just head over to the profile show page, which is pages user profile. Remember, make sure you're in the correct one. And then we can start grabbing stuff from the dashboard and putting it in here, because it's pretty much the same stuff. So now let's head over to the dashboard and see what we can grab from here. We can take all of this, because all of this is the same. Well, except for the suggestion. All right, let's just copy and paste it, and then we'll just take out what we don't need. So under the template, we can take out the suggestion block, and we'll keep the combined post. We also need to accept the prop. So we'll do that here. Posts, and then this post will just be it'll be posts.data because it's paginated. And then we can grab the, let's see, we need post form. We just need these two. So copy, come over here, paste, move that up, Move that up, and then this one I can just drop down one. And then we can just copy these two, copy, and then add them to our components. So bring that over, comma, comma. This we can drop down. And we'll make sure that compiles. And now let's just see if anything is displaying on that page yet. So it's this one. It's our username. Should take us to our user profile. We'll refresh, and let's just open up the DevTools in case we get an error. And we get a few errors. Let's just take a quick look. We know what they are, but let's just take a quick look. Console. Okay, so we need to attach the forms. We need to create them. So we know that already. Body. Okay, cool. So we can close that. But at least you can see now that we are getting the posts on this page, and these are all ours. Okay. So let's go ahead and deal with that. Now let's see what we have here. So in the form, we have the submit method, the form, and the text of post, which is fine. So down here, we need to add the form. So it'll be data, return, open that up, and then it'll be form, this dot inertia form, open that up, and the body will be this body, and the user ID will be this profile ID, because that's a property that we have coming in here. Okay, so go down, and then for the method, it'll be submit, open that up, and then it'll be this form post. It'll be this root posts store. Because remember, we already have this set up. So we just need to add the method here. Preserve scroll. That doesn't look like I spelled it right, but we'll find out. True. Okay, and then we can go ahead and add a toast here. Success. An anonymous function. Open that up, and it'll be toast fire icon success title. Your post has successfully been published. And then we also need to clear out the body. So this form dot body equals null. Okay, so that's compiled. Let's see if this works. Fingers crossed, refresh. Okay, so now we have our form coming in up here. So let's go ahead and testing from show page. Okay, we'll press post. So cool, our spinner is working. Our toast is working, and our message is now displayed. And because we already set up the posts, the likes for the post, then these should work too. Okay, like, dislike, and we can also add comments. Comment. Okay, and there it is with likes and dislikes as well. And we can delete. Okay, so this is pretty good because I really just wanted to stress the importance and the usability and just how great doing things as components helps, is that you can reuse code over and over again, which is one of the things I really do like about using Vue.js. And I know that you can also do it with Laravel, but when you want JavaScript in your page, this is a fairly decent way to go. We now have a bit of a problem. So if we go to the if we go to one of our friends pages, okay, let's see. I know that this vulgar person is already a friend of ours. If we come to this page and we type in some gibberish, okay, we will be able to post it. But the problem is the way we have our post set up now, we don't have any checks to make sure that this goes through here. So now when we send a post, it has us as the user ID, but there's no profile ID. It's just null. And we can prove that by going to our profile page, because now you see it. We just did it, but it shouldn't be here. Okay, so let's go ahead and delete this. Okay, and then we'll go back into our friends page, and then we will set up the post controller. Okay, so we'll come in here and start adding in our checks. Okay, so in the store method, the first check is going to go down here. Okay, and all this is saying is that if the auth user ID does not equal the data user ID, which is the request user ID that we have coming in, and we are not friends, then we should return back with an error message. Okay, that's all that that's saying. It's just saying that we should be friends. Okay, and the next check is now if auth user ID does not equal the data user ID, but we are friends, then create the post, add the parent ID as the request user ID, and then add the authenticated user as the user ID. Okay, that's it. There's one more that we need to do, and it's just basically to replace this one. So I'll go ahead and paste it in. And now this one is just saying, it's just the same thing. So if the auth user ID equals the request user ID that we have coming in, then just create the post with the data and the body. Okay, so let's refresh that and see if it works like it should. Okay, so now again, this is our friends page. So now we'll just say, hey buddy. Okay, click post. So all that's working, and there it is, hey buddy, and it has us here. Okay, so that's good. Fantastic. So I think I'm going to leave that for today. I'm going to go ahead and post this up to GitHub. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, just drop them down below, and I'll try to get to them as quickly as possible. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.